um, the Hurricane Milton, major Hurricane Milton, as you can see, is currently hanging out near the Yucatan still, and it's actually downgraded to 165 mile per hour storm. Actually, let me just refresh this. Yep, 165 mile per hour windstorm, or no, 165 mile per hour major hurricane. As you can see, just right to the north of the Yucatan of Mexico, and that's actually really good news. That's actually starting to weaken out, but then it may potentially strengthen right back up as it goes back out here in the waters. But as it moves further north, we actually do have some wind shear up here in the southeast, like towards Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina area, and even parts of Florida, of northern Florida, has a little bit of that wind shear that will weaken this storm out to a Category 3 as of right now. So that's currently what's happening at this current moment. So let me just adjust the camera. Let me see. I'm gonna put the camera back together. Okay. All right. We're gonna zoom in. All right, there we go. So, like I was saying, that is Hurricane Milton hanging out over here. It will progress to the north. Yes, it will progress to the north. I'm just trying to adjust my camera again. I'm sorry. Should be good now. Yep, I believe we are all good now. Alright, like I was saying, the hurricane that is hanging out over here towards the northern part of the Yucatan of Mexico is currently going to be, like I said, going to central Florida as of right now as the center of the path. So that's one big thing right there. If we look at the tropical storm force winds over in Florida, it's pretty much 90% chance in Tampa Bay, obviously, for tropical storm force winds. And then as you can see here, like I said, it's pretty big across the Yucatan of Mexico. So that's currently what's showing as of right now. 50 knot probability is a little bit less as of right now, because it is a 70 to 80% chance of happening. But again, this is also based on like if the cone is gonna wobble or not. So yeah, that's also another thing to keep in mind. And then hurricane wind speeds are actually only shown like 50 to 60%. So it's not very high. But the reason why it's like that is, like I said, probably the shifting of the potential cone. So this will eventually expand and we'll have a higher chance of seeing hurricane force winds being greater. So that's currently what's happening right there. Here's the cone again if you want to look at it. Let's look at the satellite imagery and see what this thing is doing. Like I said, it is actually downgraded all the way to a 165 mile per hour storm. And this is the recent update right here. Trying to get it. See, it's not popping up. This is live. It's not popping up. Oh well. If you see here, you can barely make out where the eye is at. As you can see here, this is like the eye, and it looks like it's still moving to the south by just a tad. So it looks like we potentially might have a southern track, but it is expected to go to the north, pretty much to the northeast pretty soon. So that's what's expected of what this thing is going to do. And then head on over here towards Tampa. This was actually further north the last update, but it actually has shifted like by about 5 miles to the south, maybe 10 miles to the south. And this is like in Tampa area. And then this is still expected to go near the Kennedy Space Center area, as well as near Tuttetsville. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it, but it's gonna be around that area, and it's actually to the south of Orlando instead of being to the north. So cone has actually shifted to the south. I would say the southern end of the cone will be like Cape Coral, and then the northern part of the cone is going to be to the south of Cedar Key now. So the northern end, it's going to be less of a chance. And then over here, our big fat hurricane that's hanging over here is actually starting to head to the south, just a tad, and potentially might make landfall into the Yucatan, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I doubt it, but there's still a chance. Will not lie. Now we're gonna look at the spaghetti models. As you can see here, let me just reload because that's what we need to do. Let me zoom in. Spaghetti models look the same, pretty much. So pretty much from Tampa all the way to Venice. There's one outlier over here towards Naples, but I don't see that happening whatsoever. As well as another outlier up here to the north of Tampa. That's possible, but I don't see it happening now whatsoever. Yeah, it is not possible. I don't think it's gonna be possible as well as like the Naples track, but you never know. Now we're gonna be looking at the models. There's a lot of new models coming out, so that's pretty much a good thing. That we're getting more updates, so that is good. This is the most recent Z. Actually, no, I said the 00Z is up right now. Oh, everything lied except the icon. We got the icon, we got the name, and we got parts of the Canadian model and some of these other models as well. So that's something to look into for the next little bit. Also, if you are concerned about an area of where you live in, make sure to put it down in the live chat so I can see what your impacts could be. So just keep in mind of that. And yeah. I will also go over what for safety precautions in just a bit. I want to see like new model runs first of what these are showing. And as the icon has came out, this is currently what it's showing. And it's showing pretty much landfalling near Bradenton and Sarasota. Actually, I need to shift it over here. Yep. You can see there. Yep. Right around Sarasota area, Bradenton area, pretty much around that general area. So it's pretty much right there, pretty much. Another model that we got out now is the NAM. We got the NAM out, and pretty much shows the same area, but actually has what the cone could actually be, like right around Tampa Bay area. So that's something to watch right there. Whoops, wrong thing. So that's what's currently being forecasted as of right now. So that's NAM. The new Canadian version, Canadian model, is showing right around Sarasota. Yep, right around Sarasota area. That's currently what's happening right there. So that's really the only new models that we got as of right now. Honestly, I'll probably be going live until probably about an hour from now, so we can wait and see what the new models come up with. Probably gonna stay up. I'm probably gonna be live streaming until probably like 12:15. That way we get more input and seeing what this thing can do. Oh wait, what is this thing doing? Wait. No, that's like Sarasota area. Yeah, that's about right there. Also, if you're concerned with the area, just comment down below, and I'll find out what your impacts can be. So just keep that in mind. There is one new ensemble, but there's nothing yet compared. It looks like it'll be near Sarasota area. So pretty much what I've been saying, or just every weatherman has been saying, pretty much. Yeah, nothing new. So Alright, back to our storm. There's really nothing new right now, other than those long runs and the new cone. Like I said, the cone has shifted further south. At the moment, has moved further south. Yep, oh, I forgot the camera. So, that's currently what's happening with this thing. As time progresses, like I said, this storm's supposed to weaken. And, supposed to turn north. But, thing is, if you see here, the eye is kind of just staying to the south a tad. So, we can see maybe a southern track. Maybe. I mean, that's why the cone is still showing, like, parts Cape Coral or something. So, maybe we'll see what happens as time progresses. It's still crazy to think that this thing was just a 180 mile an hour storm and weakened 15 miles per hour. That's really good. That is good. Because we did not want it to strengthen anymore. Otherwise, things won't be looking so good. Yeah, nothing really new here. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to talk about storm surge. Let me duplicate this tab. Peak surge. This is one thing I have not talked about yet. So, as you can see here, the storm surge from Indian Pass all the way to Swanee River is 1 foot, 1 to 3 feet. Nothing big. From Swanee River to Yankeetown is supposed to be 3 to 5 feet. From Yankeetown to the Anclote River, it is 5 to 10 feet. And then the Tampa Bay area, from that area all the way to Inglewood or Charlotte Harbor, it is supposed to be 10 to 15 feet. That has a lot of water. Ooh. And then over here near Inglewood and Bonita Beach, it is supposed to be 6 to 10 feet. So these numbers slightly increased, I think, but I think it's pretty much the same, pretty much. And then from Bonita Beach to Chokoloskee is supposed to be 4 to 7 feet. And then 3 to 5 feet is from Chokoloskee all the way to Flamingo. And then all of the Florida Keys are going to be 1 to 3 feet, so nothing terrible. But then Dry Tortugas is supposed to be 2 to 4 feet. And then now we're going to be talking about the East Coast. So this is the Atlantic side. So pretty much from Sebastian Inlet in Florida all the way up to Edisto Beach is pretty much going to be like 2 to 4. I'll say a few isolated areas with 3 to 5 between Altamaha Sound and Flagler/Bodelosa County line. So this is going to be right around that area. And then 1 to 3 feet up near South Santee River and Estido Beach. So that's like to the southwest of Myrtle Beach. Other than that, there's nothing too big up on the East Coast. West Coast, we got something big. We got yeah, West Coast is not looking too good. And then rainfall totals. Rainfall totals are a big thing. So as you can see here, around Tampa Bay area, and I'd say about Cedar Key area, it's supposed to be 6 to 8 inches left. Some coastal areas are actually predicting 8 to 12. So, and that's still possible in localized areas. I'll say even big cities like Jacksonville and Tampa Bay are also saying 6 to 8 inches of rain. That is a lot. And especially adding that on from what we had previously, it's big number, won't lie. And then some yellow areas across like north of Jacksonville, right around pretty much right around north of Jacksonville and like west of Jacksonville is pretty much like 6 to 4, as well as over here towards Orlando. Orlando is supposed to get like about 6 to 4, and then all the way down here towards like Marco Island and Naples is supposed to get like 6 to 4. So that's currently what's showing right there. 2 to 4 inches are gonna be showing up pretty much in this like dark green shaded area, and that's pretty much to the south of Savannah, Georgia, and pretty much near the Perry, Florida area, I believe. And then as well as parts of the Keys and most of the Everglades. And then 1 to 2 inches of rain is supposed to be from pretty much big cities, including like Miami, Key West, Savannah, southern Charleston, and then just to the east of Tallahassee near the Perry, Florida area, where Hurricane Helene has hit. So pretty much not a big storm up there towards the Perry, Florida or Tallahassee area, thankfully, but there is some problems that will be forming near Tampa Bay. So something to keep in mind there. Storm surge, watch and warning. Okay. I'm guessing this is watches and warnings. I see like. Okay. Continue. This is like the in-depth areas. So like, if you're in Tampa, for example, like I would say 1 or 2 miles inland, or maybe in 3, you could get like 10 to 15 inches or feet of more than 9 foot of storm surge. That is crazy, and that's like in the Tampa Bay area, what is possibly expected, and then near the St. Pete area, Clearwater area, pretty much around that area. Sarasota is also supposed to get a lot of storm surge, so hopefully you all are preparing. As well as a lot of water down here towards the Charlotte Bay area, as well as near Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. And then further south you go, it's pretty much less. Like Naples area, for example, is like 6 foot. And then up here near Spring Hill, it's showing quite a bit. But thing is that the water is gonna be going the other way. So I don't see much surge of it, depending on where the eye is. This could be depending on like where the eye is gonna be positioned. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Also, if you all want to know a specific area of where the storm may be or how impactful it can be, just comment in the live chat, so I know where to look at specifically, if you really want to. Yeah, here's the tropical storm force winds. Any updates on the models? I am kind of unsure. I don't think there's any new models. No, there's nothing new yet. We got a while. We got a while till that happens. We got a while. Here's a wind history if you all are curious. As you can see, hurricane force wind was very close to Mexico, to the Yucatan of Mexico along the coastal areas, and has actually went down further south. The storm is projected to be further south. As of right now, if I look at this, if you can barely make out the eye, but like if you see my cursor on my mouse, it's pretty much where the eye is at right now. So if I reverse this time, you can barely make out where the eye is, but you can still see it. And you can see it shows it forming, like going up a little more north and then goes back down south. Also, another thing to remember is that this storm is also in recycling. The eye is recycling, reforming. It's supposed to build a bigger eye. So that's what it's supposed to be doing, and that's why it's kind of hard to see where the center is right now, because it's just trying to reform and get its act together. And once it goes out to like into the Gulf of Mexico, it probably will strengthen a tad more, maybe go up to about 170, maybe 175 around the morning, and then it'll start weakening once it gets closer to Florida due to storm surge. Wind shear. Whoops, sorry about that. I meant wind shear. So yeah, wind shear, like I said, up here towards Alabama and Georgia. That is a good thing, so the storm is not dangerous. The more wind shear there is, the better chance that this thing gets teared apart. And we want this storm to get teared apart and be disappearing. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So we got to give it a whirl and see what happens. So yeah, that's currently what's happening right there. As you can see here, spaghetti models, like I said, they have not changed. I don't know why. I reloaded again. I believe this is what the storm is right now. So a few of the models are suggesting Cat 4 upon landfall. Meanwhile, others are like showing like Cat 4s and then just dropping really, really low whatsoever. Yeah, I believe that is a storm that we're watching. Yep, this is it right here. So pretty much, there's quite a few that have it like as a Cat 5 and then slowly going down in Cat 4, high-end Cat 4 actually. And then the category, and then one says that it'll maintain Cat 5 status. Like it'll stay up there. Which that's possible, but I don't think that is going to happen. I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to happen. Meanwhile, most of them are also like showing this thing going further south. Well, not further south, but like further downwards. Like have a storm that weakens faster. And that's what we want. So if these actually go down steeper, we got a better chance of seeing a weaker storm. And that is really good. But who knows what's going to happen. Because I have no idea. Ooh. Had to stretch. Anyways, as we look at here. Ooh, timing on winds. A big thing. We gotta look at timing of winds. As you can see here, the most reasonable arrival of winds, like tropical storm force winds, this is pretty much the earliest reasonable. So around Wednesday at 8 a.m., it's gonna be pretty much all along the coast, the west coast of Florida. Pretty much all across the west coast of Florida. I want to say, as of right now, pretty much almost the whole Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico right now is being impacted by the storm and having a lot of tropical storm force winds as of right now. And as it progresses on, excuse me about that, around Wednesday, it's supposed to be, like I said, Wednesday at 8 a.m. It's supposed to be right around the west coast area. And then the most likely time arrival, I'll say around Wednesday around noon, we'll have a tropical storm force winds starting. This is the most likely scenario of what could happen. So, have to wait and see what happens there. Flash flooding potential. That's another big part. Flash flooding. You can see here, this is pretty much compared in like all 3 days. As you can see here, today, which is today. Let me shift the camera over just a tad. As you can see today, slight risk happening still. Marginal, pretty much a slight risk all across South Florida. Parts of the Everglades as a marginal. And then day 2, there's a huge slight risk that covers the state of Florida. And then partial marginal risk, pretty much covering your north of Tampa, north of Orlando areas. Day 3, the marginal threat is all across Jacksonville, Kennedy Space Center area, Orlando, Tampa, Cedar Key, all across that area. So that will probably have some major flooding, for sure. And here's the wind field again, if you want to look at it. Let me go back here, because why not? Oops, I gotta shift my camera back. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Yeah, there's nothing much going on whatsoever. I'm still waiting on the new updates on the models, and there's nothing new yet. whatsoever. Yeah, wait and see. I'll say, in terms of like how strong this hurricane actually got, as of right now, this storm, let me try and find the records. This is way down. Let me go back up. I'll say, according to pressure, it was one of the strongest. It was a top 5 hurricane that reached, the strongest pressure in Atlantic hurricanes. Yeah, this is a top 5 hurricane, which is crazy. This hurricane broke some records. Let me tell you that. And then Milton, for wind speeds, it is a top 10 hurricane that got the highest winds. So it's like on number 9 on this list. That is still a pretty insane hurricane. And I would say if this storm were to strengthen to like 195 or 200, it will be the strongest hurricane ever recorded in history of the Atlantic hurricanes. I would say the strongest hurricane like ever recorded was, I believe, Hurricane Patricia, that happened right around Mexico on the Pacific side. And that storm was insane. Insane. Anyways, I'm just gonna go over pretty much safety, like preparing. In terms of preparing, if you live along the coast, I would use sandbags, protect your house. Yeah, I would do that. Another thing is that if you live like if you're in a large storm zone, a storm surge zone, like you're predicted to be like 10 to 15 foot, I would evacuate 100% and go, like, even if it's 15 miles inland, like, I would really be concerned about that. And then if you like live along, let me think. If you live, like, if you are gonna be inside like a camper or mobile home inland and you're under like a hurricane warning, I advise not going to that, and like just get a sturdy shelter that could actually like survive. Yeah. That's another big thing. Yeah, that's another big thing. I'll say the models, like I said, nothing much popped up. Another thing to keep in mind, I would say make sure you have a lot of water. So like if there's not a lot of water at like stores and can't restock fast enough, or like all the machines are down or whatnot, like, or if you're just traveling to evacuate, I would make sure to have a gallon of water per day for one person. Like 1 gallon of water per day per person. I would make sure to do that. I would say get a lot of gas. So if you have like a generator or something, make sure to power it outside, like 20 or 30 feet away from the house, because it can be very dangerous because of carbon monoxide poisoning. So you don't want that. So you just want to put the generator as far as you possibly can away. So that's another big thing. One other thing that I forgot to mention, I believe, make sure you have cash, because the thing is, if the credit card machines like don't work or something, how are you gonna pay, right? So you gotta pay for cash, and that way, because it's paper, and like because everything electric is down, so you can just pay with the cash and just get all that stuff. So that's pretty much what's happening right there. Like I said, nothing much going on whatsoever. We have not a single update yet. So there are some new models. I want to say H-R actually came out new, I believe. Yeah, very new. Very recent, actually. It's only 18 hours, so we don't know what it's going to do at all. H-R is really good. I was saying AM 3 continuous. Has it gone right around Sarasota area, I believe. Bradenton, Sarasota. Ooh, GFS has a new run. Indeed it does. First run of the new Hurricanes. Oh, I forgot to shift it over there towards Florida. So GFS has its first run. Doesn't go anywhere yet. It's at 0. So we got a new thing right there. CNM. There's also more new ones as well. This is a new one, but it doesn't show wind. Ensembles, no. It looks like the only new one is GFS. We're just a waiting game for the GFS now. What happened here? Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Yep, so this is a new GFS. Only one frame right now, so nothing I can focus on there. So if you're just tuning in right now, we're just waiting on the new model runs. We currently got the GFS going on right here. So it's pretty much the only interesting thing as of right now. So, also, if you want to type down a specific area that you want to track, I'll pull it up for you, and we can see how strong the winds will be, and yeah. So just comment down below, like where you're from, and I can put you, I can try and find your area and see how bad the storm will be for you. So, I want to say the model runs. Honestly, I'm going to be looking at the spaghetti models here, because I believe that's the only thing to do as of right now. Like I said, there's quite a few models that are actually supporting the storm to stay pretty strong. Okay, someone said that. Let me look that up. Alright. Hold up, everyone. Is it going? Let's see, Texas. In Texas, let's see what's gonna be happening. Honestly, with this hurricane, I got a feeling you are not gonna get in with this one. Texas is way over here, so I don't really see it. Let me zoom out and see what it says. So this is like right along, like right on this edge right here. So pretty much, if you live in Texas, you are pretty much gonna get no experience from this storm. Like you're gonna be in the clear and no storm whatsoever. So you're gonna be pretty good. And storm should not have no impact on Texas whatsoever. So you are good to go, my friend. Good to go. So no impacts over in Texas. Anyways, as you can see here, other than Texas, there's nothing else new going on, so. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the model runs. So like I just said, if you wanna pull up, if you wanna type in your, city name or something, I can always look up the impacts of what this storm can do and see what it can do and see what storm impacts can be. So Yeah, as you can see here, category 5. Yeah, I want to say there's a lot of models that are supporting a category 5 or even like a high-end category 4. So, Winter Haven, Florida. Where is Winter Haven, Florida? Let me pull that up for you. I might know where that's at, but I'm just gonna type it in and see where it's at. Haven, Florida. Alright, Winter Haven, Florida. Ooh, you're right on the path, my friend. Like, right on the path. Let me pull up Zoom Earth for you. Let's see. Winter Haven is gonna get some big problems. So I'm actually just gonna pull up the wind and see what your winds are gonna be. This is pretty much underestimating of what this storm can do. But I want to say your wind speeds are gonna be probably right around 74 miles per hour and 111. Because it will be a category 3 passing by you because you are right in the path of uncertainty of the cone. So this is going to be a pretty bad storm for you, I believe. As a category 3 with, and I can see probably like a high end, or no. Probably like a low end category 3, maybe high 2 wind speeds. So like I said, and just on the safer side, I make sure to like put everything inside and everything and stuff like that, and prepare for the storm because it's not gonna be good for you in Winter Haven. So I'm saying wind speed, like I said. So we're just gonna pull up all the way to the day of. This only goes as far out as October. Oh, you're welcome. I just love to help people out, so that's why I like helping out people. So, honestly, as of right now, Winter Haven is supposed to be at 45, but like I said, this doesn't go as far out, and this is underrating the winds. So, like I said, this is going to be a lot stronger. So, I believe that's what's going to happen. Yep, that's pretty much what's going to be happening. So we're just gonna go back to satellite, check out the little storm that we got currently. Good old Hurricane Milton. We need this thing weekend. We really do. But I don't know what's gonna happen whatsoever. So it actually looks like it's going strictly east. Yeah, strictly east. Alright, so if you want to type down your where you're from or like city, I can just let you know of what impacts this storm can do to you. So just type it down in the live chat. That way I can see what your impacts can be. So this is pretty much what's going on as of right now. I'll say the path, if you're in the path of this storm, I'll say all across this whole line, from like Tampa Bay area into Lakeland, Kissimmee, even these other cities that are surrounding, like, this is a very populated area, so this is going to be a very impactful storm. If you're like along this line from Tampa Bay all the way to Kennedy Space Center, I would be very concerned with this storm. And make sure to prepare because it's not going to be good whatsoever. It is not going to be good. Anyways, if you want to know what your impacts will be for this hurricane, make sure to just type it down and we can see what your impacts can be. So just type it down in the live feed. And yeah. As right now, we currently got this hurricane spinning over the Yucatan Peninsula. This thing is going strictly east right now. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be actually going further north. I did not see that. This is an hour difference, so it's actually a slow mover right now. Plus thing is, this eye is also recycling, so I also gotta give the storm a little bit of time to do its thing. Yeah, it's going. It looks like it may be heading towards north of Tad, but as of right now, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal there. Something interesting is that, you know that we got Hurricane Milton hanging out over here, right? We also got another disturbance area that has a 20% chance of forming off the coast of, I'm guessing that's West Palm Beach area. Yeah, parallel to that. And it's supposed to go right in the path of where Milton's supposed to be within the number of days, which is Friday. So that's pretty interesting, won't lie. Also, if you want to know what your impacts will be for this storm, just type them down in the comments or the live feed, and I can let you know what your impacts will be. Because as of right now, we're still waiting on the GFS. Still waiting on the GFS. It looks like we got 39 hours out right now. As of right now, this is what it looks like, and this actually seems realistic for once. I think it actually does. But the problem is, look how much it's underrating the storm. Like, it is down. Whoops, did not want that. Like, the storm, like, is down 60 more millibars lower than this. Like, the models are so underrating the pressure and the winds. Because it's just insane. Like, do they not know how to, like, calculate or what? I mean, that's what my thinking is. I was like, according to what this path can be for the GFS, it looks like it'll be about Tampa Bay once again. For this path in particular, it actually shows it strengthening. So, I think there's an idea that this thing could actually maintain Cat 5 sets. Because if I go back to these spaghetti models, like I've been saying about, I'll say about 40% of the models have been showing it being like a category 3 and then high-end cat 4. Yeah, and this goes like very far out. Meanwhile, other models have it just declining and weakening out, which that's what we want. But if it strengthens, jeez, that's gonna be bad. Whoops, no. There we go. I had to fix the camera. But yeah, that's currently what's going on. And it's not good. It's not good. I'll say spaghetti models. Let me zoom in here. I don't think there's any new word from spaghetti models. It's just same old, same old. Pretty much from Clearwater all the way down to Venice. Actually Northport, by the way. So, right around that area. I would say if you're just now tuning in, make sure to type in your where you're from, and I can just find you what the storm impacts can be for you. You just type it down in the comment section or live feed, and I can pull up how bad your impacts can be. So, the storm is looking very interesting right now. I will not lie. Very interesting. It is currently in category 5 status. It's not doing much at all. It's just a waiting game now to see if it's actually going to curve up north. I believe it is. It's probably just going to go where the path is going to be. But it could wobble to the south or the north. And it's still a pretty big cone. And it's still only like 36 hours out. So, it's definitely something to think about. Like, this is from Cedar Key all the way down to Cape Coral area. Like, Sanibel Island area. So, storm's looking pretty interesting. Will not lie. I'll say it looks like we got a new satellite imagery on here. And it looks like the storm is starting to go to the north. So it looks like it is heading up. This is what it looks like. Let me zoom it out. Yeah, it's doing exactly that. I'm doing it up north now.